Absolute Batman number three has literally rolled into tongue. And I'm not going to go over a full review of this because again, I want people to read this series. I think it's actually going good and I want people to read. I just want to touch on a few important points that I think are actually important going forward, right? So the thing is that wait, uh, at this point, I think it just needs to be made very clear that Batman has to be rich in this universe. There is no other explanation for how he could do the things he does. Because, I mean, you see the guy barreling down the street with this giant Howl's moving castle type Batmobile that he's doing with, right? And Alfred is there, and all of you then they're getting chased by the party animals. Okay. And then because he's not going fast enough, he literally has the Batmobile like transform into it's a lower, more faster version of itself with actual rocket engines. And try to put us off like Alfred about, the sweet smell of kerosene burns my nose as we rocket forward. Homemade, homemade jet engines, ever the builder. This one. You don't build jet engines at home like this. That's not how it works. I mean, you still are going to need massive amount of fuel. Even if you use kerosene, it cannot produce the kind of torque that is needed for this thing to do what it does. This is ridiculous. He has to be rich. There's no other feasible explanation for the things Batman is doing in this. He has to be freaking rich. That's about it. He literally has to be rich. And you think that's thing? He literally has Alfred going to this gun barrel thing and fire. And what is he firing? Many back projectiles, each with a different electrical charge designed to blow tires. You tell me somebody could make that at home? Come on now, man. You gotta be kidding me. This is like really, really ridiculous stuff. I mean, like, and he's literally blowing up party. And see, he has to kill people because they kind of way often they have to die when they hit the ground. That's really the only way about it. He literally has to die. He just keeps doing it. But when he eventually gets to like Gotham River and the police there and there's nowhere else to go, he literally has Alfred eject himself out and then he just drives it off into the water. And when he's pulling into his base of operating, you're literally seeing other things there. I'm telling you, he has to be rich. There's no other explanation whatsoever for this. None. Really no other explanation. But there's also this thing where I think Bruce Wayne has actually pointed away. He's a little naive in this because there's a lot of talking in this, some action, a lot of talking and stuff. And I think this version of Riddler has figured out that he is Batman. I really think so, but he hasn't put it together yet or anything like that. Again, it's not very difficult to find out. You only need to look for a loner who has a very complicated job history and is freaking huge. That's it. That's really all this whole thing is. It's also that Black Mass, who's Roman Sionis, has this entire network that he's building. This whole thing he's doing with the party animals is part of some other bigger conspiracy. We all sort of knew that going in. It's not a shell covering kind of thing, and the former mayor is on his payroll. Okay, we get that. It's not really all that shocking. That's just the way these things are. But we kind of figured that yes, he was up to something from the very start. We knew that he was up to something from the very start, that there was something going on that was there. And Batman is not really a detective in this, so he has to kind of get clues handed to him and all of that. It's kind of a low point for us. He getting clues handed to him, but Alfred is the one who's really telling his story. He's doing that, but that is what's actually happening. That's what's going on. to get to find out that Batman's mother, Martha, she has decided to step in as deputy mayor since Jim Gordon is in the hospital. I'm pretty sure those two are banging. I'm just telling you, I'm pretty sure those two are banging. And the thing is that the party animals are stepping up what they want to do. They want to literally burn the city to hell because they're not just doing this out of something. They're getting paid to do this. A lot of money to do this kind of crazy shit. That's what's actually going on in regards to it. And there's this whole thing where Alfred is trying to set up this thing with Batman that, the kind of resources and stuff that Black Mask has, he won't be able to fight against it. Black Mask made him a deal. He will pay him some money to step down for a bit, and then they will cool down their attacks at the party, and all this stuff is what's going on there. That's kind of the gist that they're looking to play in regards to this. That's what they're looking to do. The thing is that you could tell very, very early on that's never going to happen. Because the way Batman has been set up in this is that he keeps moving forward. That's it. Even when the odds seem insurmountable, in this case, it's something like, this person has all this money and resources and all kind of thing, and I'm just one guy. They're trying to set up like, he needs to take this, he needs to take this offer and this kind of thing. Yeah, and he agrees to it. But you can tell he's not serious. He literally is just saying that to set up something so that he could go forward and burn this entire organization to the ground. That's what he wants to do. Alfred is convinced, he needs to see the bigger picture and whatever. But that's not who Batman is, or that's not who the Batman in this universe is. And that you could tell that from what's going on. That's what's happening. Yes, he's a kid, he's still naive or everything. But the fun thing about this book, that continues to make it fun, is that it doesn't take itself seriously. There are explosions, there are gadgets, there's big goofy fun, but it's also serious. It does not set out to be serious, but because of the way it actually shaped, it actually makes itself serious by not actually being serious. If that makes sense. That's what's happening. So yeah, that's the book again. I find it is another good issue. There's something that I had a problem with. I find the a lot of things that they were trying to add up as if you kind of already knew what was going on, but you still they're setting up certain things in regards to that. My final rating for Absolute Batman #3, I will give this book a 3.8 out of 5. It is really good. It is still an interesting book to read. I was kind of hoping for this kind of wow factor, kind of hope we didn't get up with this book, but I'm telling you, Batman has to be rich. There is no other way he could be doing all of this and building all his gadgets without him being rich. That has to be it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I'm a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like it, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.